Hey guys, what's up? Bisectatron here from Clash of Clans Manual, bringing you guys what might be possibly the last sneak peek before the update actually comes out, talking about the beginning of July 2015, and this is the Haste spell, and to me, this sneak peek looks like the only one that's actually, gonna have some kind of effect on the game for people like me, who are, average players, but, take war seriously. A lot of the other stuff is, for high-level players, and the other dark spells don't look that interesting, so obviously there's going to be some stuff in the update that wasn't advertised in these sneak peeks, but as far as what they have shown us, this is the only thing that really looks like it might be a game changer. So we're talking about the Haste spell, and basically it's kind of like the Rage spell, only there's no damage increase, it's just a speed increase. And the speed increase is much faster. So in this screenshot you see the Haste spell is the pink one that's slightly smaller in the bottom left, and on the top right you have the traditional Rage spell, and it is smaller, but it takes up one spot and it makes your troops move a lot faster than they would in the Rage spell. So I'm not sure exactly what the speed increase comparison is, like the numbers, but I know it's substantially faster than a Rage spell, so there's no damage increase though, but I think this might actually have a pretty significant impact on the game. For attacks like Go La Lune, where you use Rage spells to speed up the balloons, I think you could definitely substitute out the Rage for these Haste spells, just because you don't need the damage increase for balloons. They're so powerful. If you have 2 balloons, they can take out pretty much any defense except like an X-bow, but if you have a bunch of balloons, they can take out any defense. So balloons are powerful enough that they don't really need the damage increase that the Rage spell offers, so I think it's definitely worth it to be able to bring 2 Haste spells for every one Rage spell, just because, first of all, the Haste spell is going to make them move so quickly. They can get to each defense in a very short amount of time, and time's the big thing on Go La Lune. Your Lava Hounds are buying time for your balloons, so definitely better speed increase. No damage boost, but that's not a big deal. And then finally you can bring 2 of these for every one Rage spell, just because dark spells take up 1 spot, while traditional spells take up 2. So, I mean, just thinking how powerful it would be to have, if Town Hall 9 you have 9 spells for your Go La Lune attack to bring a jump, a lightning, and then you can bring, 5 of these Haste spells, which are, almost as good as a Rage spell. For the effect they have in your balloon, so that'd be cool. Outside of Go La Lune, I'm not sure what other attack strategies you'd use this with, because at Town Hall 10 you want the Rage spell for that extra damage boost. Speeding up the troops isn't really the issue, especially if you're going for 2 stars. So I think this is going to mainly be a Town Hall 9 spell for getting that 3-star, and then you might see it in a few other instances, but anytime you're using like a kill squad or something, I think you're better off using a Rage. Just because the damage boost is what you want from that. So attacks like Go La Lune, which is pretty unique in that you use the Rage for the speed boost, not the damage boost. Pretty much everything else you're using it for the damage boost. So the Haste spell will definitely replace that kind of situation where you only want the speed boost really. But I think just for using Valks or stuff, Go Wee Wee at Town Hall 10, whatever. Go Wipe, you're still going to want that Rage spell, and it also has a bigger radius. But if you guys saw on Chief Pat's channel some of the actual gameplay with this spell, it's awesome. And the thing is, with the Rage spell, things still have the effect, I guess. The spell still affects them even after they leave the spell radius. So looking at that screenshot right there, the Haste spell obviously doesn't extend anywhere near that red building that's like 3 or 4 tiles away from it, but the balloons, this is a screenshot of a video, the balloons were still affected by it, and they were sped up all the way up to that building. So the effect, the radius isn't that big, but the effect of it lasts after they leave for a second, and because they're moving so fast they can cover a lot of ground outside the spell, so it's definitely going to have a very big impact on the game, I think, especially at Town Hall 9, and having a little bit of trouble thinking where else you'll use it for. I bet people will get creative, but right now Golaloon and that type of attack is the only thing I can think of it being used for. And obviously we have the second Air Sweeper, which is trying to like counter that. So I think they're trying to keep the game balanced. But in my opinion, even with the second Air Sweeper, this spell is more powerful than the second Air Sweeper is powerful. So I think Golaloon's going to be even more powerful after this update. Because even with a second Air Sweeper, I think this spell will just help wreck bases and keep those balloons destroying different defenses. But I don't know, you have to see what's going to happen. The Rage spell has not been replaced. This is just for only very certain scenarios you'll use it. But yeah, that's it. This might be the last sneak peek, depending on when they release the update. We might wake up to it tomorrow, which I think is the case. But either way, I'm looking forward to it. There's going to be stuff we haven't seen yet in it. So stay tuned for that. I'll post a recap video of the most important stuff that actually ended up happening for this update. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys later, though. Bisectatron out.